Hey guys, it's Jeremy on the One Wildcrafter channel, Season 6 of the Wilderness Living Challenge with the Wooded Beardsman at the small cabin in the woods. Alright, 10 minutes to shooting light. Good morning and welcome to day 3 of season 6 of the Wilderness Living Challenge. Chris just fired up the generator, or the Apex power, the battery bank. So we got lights. It's 5:30 in the morning. We just got up and we're going goose hunting. Alright, 10 minutes to shooting light. So we've got a dozen decoys out in front of us, about, I guess they're 15-20 yards out. Freshly cut cornfield. And we're stashed under a maple tree. Wooded Beardsman's having his breakfast. And spent a few minutes kind of grass up a blind. We've got our backs to the fence line here. And these should start flying soonish if they're going to be flying. It's pretty windy. But hopefully it works out. And glad I had a look at myself. So it looks like I got my camo inside out here. Flip that around. Looks the same on the camera, but it'll look different to a bird. And the white side out. And I borrowed Chris's camouflage jacket, which also isn't showing its camo in the night shot mode, but we're gonna hunker down and hopefully the next couple of clips are geese flying, geese falling, guns going, and fist pumping. Two ducks cruised by a couple minutes ago, but aside from one little sparrow in the decoys, that's as close as we've gotten to birds, but it's only been 5 minutes. Sunrise. should be geese soon. Where are they? It's gotta happen, right? Sometimes. It's actually a little bit less windy, maybe.
It's slowing down a little bit.
Maybe I'm just being hopeful.
You are.
Well, we just had about 8 of them. Came up over the hill, straight to us. So our calls worked, camouflage worked, decoys worked. Came right overhead, circled around over the field behind us, came right in front of us, and I don't know. Then they kept going. They didn't like the sound of our shots, and none of them went down. But the birds are on the move, so despite the gusty wind, I hear crows moving around. The little flock of geese is moving anyway. And a bunch of starlings or blackbirds went by, so we'll see. Got a little while yet. Hopefully more geese come. I see ducks way over there. Anyway, we'll get ready for the next volley. Mark's just on his way up the field here to join us. Looks like he has another bag of decoys, so we'll set those up. We had another little flock come and do a little check out, scope this out, and then they all left. So they're on the move. Right alongside here. You got shells?
They gotta really work to get the wind now, right? They're working at trying to get here, eh?
They are. by you before you shoot if they get in here, because they'll have to bank and then head back out the other way with the wind to get some speed to get out of the danger zone. Sorry? Yeah. In this wind, they're just too high. We would never get them, right? They might circle right around and then come down in with the wind, right?
That's what they did on us the first time.
Whirling over that tree line, they're trying to get down in there. I'm gonna stick it on Charlie's side.
Grass. Want some grass, man?
So it's out of my reach. So if you guys can, when they get over to the left there, it's out of my. I can't tell them. Take these ones out front whenever you think you can get them. Go for it. You got one down. That's a lot of shooting for one bird.
Yeah, I thought 2 went down.
Big flock on our right, big flock on our right.
You got some good footage while I was gone, eh? I tried to.
Of stuff happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a big flock over there. Tried to go jump some at the far end of the field, which I successfully did, but did not successfully sneak up on them or shoot any. But there are 3 on the ground here, and 10 coming in. I'll be back. Oh, 20 coming in. Yeah, those guys came in real nice, so we got one.
Got
We have-
one.
We have 4 now. And I think the morning is not over yet. Every time you scan the sky, you see, oh, you see a goose over there. Oh, you see, I don't know what over there. Hey? 3, yep. See it. Yeah, those 3 just kept on trucking, so they're probably ones that we already shot at. There's our spread of decoys. So we got the geese out here in front of us, and then Mark also brought some duck decoys. We've got a few ducks mixed in there on the out edges. And you might be able to see also there's some nice corn that dropped off when they combined the field. So that's what the geese want to land for the decoys and the yellow corn. Those are good eats. It was a single goose, and then it landed right out, way out in front of us here instead of coming into our depot. No. Oh, look at all these guys coming in. I might have busted us. They might come around. Yeah, and I wanted to show you guys all the crows flying at the back there. Look at them all.
Watch those where they go down.
Oh, you're gonna have to run for him. You have an extra shell? Still hanging in there. He's down.
That guy just took a dirt nap.
Hey?
Gonna roast a goose at the cabin?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this was take home food or.
We're gonna go to your house.
Some of it, maybe.
What's that?
We're gonna go to your house and cook it.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna put the cabin.
Yeah, we got 5 now.
Yeah. I just didn't know if it was take home food or.
Some of it will. I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna eat. How many? We got 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't eat 5 geese.
No, you only.
Nice you have stuffing and everything else to go with it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna stuff it with though?
We don't have any.
Apples.
We'll put
Grapes.
some corn in it.
Wild rice.
Yeah. Cattle corn.
Yeah, we put wild rice in it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We probably won't stuff with anything.
Apple.
Apples. Bear fat. We'll see how fatty they
The
are.
rice makes a good stuffing.
What's that?
The rice?
Yeah.
Rice, apples,
Oh, yeah.
grapes?
Because it's not like mushy rice. It's very woody. The wild rice.
Yeah.
That'll work. You just turn it
Yeah.
upside down and shove it full of rice and apples.
We'll stuff it with a pigeon.
And then we could do that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not.
And then stuff the cracks with
What
apples.
would you call that? A pigeon?
A gidgeon? I don't know.
A goojin.
A poos?
Goojin. Goojin. No, Goojin.
Gidgeon.
There you go.
We're getting creative. I think that's my first field hunt in 5 years, I was saying. It's been a while anyway. And it went pretty good. We've got 8 birds, 8 geese. We had a pile of them coming around, but it's really died off. It's almost noon, and we've seen some flocks coming back from the fields to the river, so it feels like the morning hunt is done. So Mark's gone to grab his truck. We'll start to tidy up here in a minute. We're just kind of watching the horizon to see if any more birds come around, and maybe there'll be a chance to get some more. I think we're gonna upgrade our meat pole. We're gonna need a bigger, heavier one to hold all these geese, and then I'm going to be doing a lot of plucking. See if I can convince Chris to help me out. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'll do one.
We're still going to shoot pigeons this afternoon, or no?
I don't think we're going to have any time.
No time. We'll squeeze in a deer hunt. We'll check the raccoon traps, and we're going to eat raccoon. Do up a pot of rice. Yeah, get the stove going, warm up.
Rice in with the raccoon.
Yeah, there's enough liquid, eh?
Yep.
Of apple rice raccoon. It'll be good. So this is day 3. It's going really well. So make some kindling for the cabin, and then we're gonna make a bigger meat bowl, because it was fine to hold up 3 pigeons and a squirrel, but tested it out. It is not going to hold 8 geese, and we might want to have one heavy enough to hold a deer as well, because we're obviously trying pretty hard to get a deer, and there could be more geese tomorrow and the day after, so we'll make a serious one. Got some coon cooking in the background.
Coon is on.
Shouldn't he be doing that with some magnesium and
It's all in the bush. It should be good.
Lots of crows around. Should hold the deer. Should hold a pile of geese. Haven't. Time is 10 to 1. So there's my squirrel from yesterday. He's been on the meat pole all night. And I figured I'd do a quick little tidy up of some of our game. So how I skin a squirrel, just quickly, is I make a cut right at the base of the tail and then skin up towards each of the legs. And then I peel the legs back. I want to get the tail off though, so I'm going to start a cut along the tail bone. And the point of my knife is not as sharp as the rest of it, which has been a bit of a problem for me. And then as I peel the legs back, I should be able to if I'm careful, strip the tail right off, and I'll have a full intact tail for something crafty. I don't really know if people use the pelts for much. I know people use them for string silencers and twist them into bowstrings. I'm not really sure what else. And then the legs, you can kind of axe them off, but I like to find the joint, cut the tendons, and then just get my knife in between the bones. Which is right about in there. Works good if you get all the tendons cut at the start. And then just cut the leg off at the joint, and then you don't have any splintered ends. If you use an axe, you end up with bone splinters. So got the tail and the back legs here, so I'm going to free it up from the top side of the tail so I can get my hand behind, and then if you're careful, there you go, get the tail off in one nice piece. Cut that off. There's a nice fluffy tail. Oh, he's getting old. There's a gray one in there. That's a joke. Somebody just posted on Facebook that these make really good musky lures. If you're crafty and you make your own musky lures. And then from here, really all you're doing is peeling the hide back towards the head. So once you get free of the hips are a really good part to, you can kind of pinch the squirrel there and get a really good grip on them, and then pull. And if you're not careful, sometimes the guts will come off with the hide, which isn't really a problem. It's just a surprise when it does happen, because they want to hang on. See, the skin wants to hang on here by the testes, so we'll just lop those off. Peel it back, and then just so this isn't super long and tedious, all I do is peel it back past the front legs, cut them off, peel it back to the neck, cut the head off, and then you have your squirrel. Pull the guts out, ready to eat. So we'll take the squirrel guts down to the raccoon bait, bring the 22 just in case there's something there. Check the traps on this line. 2 raccoon traps, 2 smaller live traps for cottontails. It's been pretty interesting this season of the Wilderness Living Challenge down south. There's at this time of year, there's just so many options. Hunting, fishing, gathering. And as you've seen so far, it's quite possible to hit up different resources in a really good abundance. So the real key is to be able to store what you catch by whatever means you can. Okay, here's our first trap. I mean, there's a whole chicken in there, 2 squirrels, feathers all over, peanut butter, marshmallows, seeds, nothing. Let's get through the swamp here and see what's going on over this way. Since it started raining, I think the water's come up a good inch, which I should warn Chris about, because he was about an inch from going over his boots the last time he walked out this way. In this spot over here, doesn't look like much, but it's got a really soft bottom, so it's pretty deep. Okay, trap number 2, nothing. Looks like the squirrels have been going in and out though and cleaning it out a little bit. And we'll just get a little bit further in here and check the last 2 traps. Well, that one's empty. This one's triggered again. And that's bizarre. It's triggered and there's a dead squirrel in it. I wonder how that would happen. You awake, buddy? this out. I wonder if I wonder if something would have reached through the trap, or if it would have just died of exposure from the cool and the rain. Well, we'll make the most of them, and I'll rebait this trap. So Chris said that lunch is ready as soon as I got back from washing my hands, so check those 4 traps. I'll wash up and we'll have a bite to eat, and then I think we'll be checking the other traps right after we eat, and also plucking a lot of geese. Warmed up for lunch.
Is there something fascinating happening?
Shaking up the spice.
Oh. Yep.
Not for me, but look at that. So we're just eating in the dark so we can shuttle power over to charge the camera batteries. And just about polished off most of that raccoon, eh? And all the rice and apples.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna
Very filling.
pluck geese. Yeah, if we can stay awake, we're gonna pluck geese.
We'll fall asleep at the tree stand.
Yeah. Might have a little nap too.
Yep.
Plucking time. So, when Delphine and I get geese, a lot of the time what I do is I pull the long feathers, and then that exposes the down underneath, and then we collect all the down, put it in a pillowcase, and wash it, and we have a plan to do our own feather duvet. But I don't think I have time to do that right now, because I want to get one of these guys done at least before we go out for our afternoon hunt. Well, I do have a little bag here, so maybe I'll do some down, and just to make the most of these geese. And then we'll probably rake up all these feathers later and take them to the bush just to tidy up around the camp a bit. So this is our next hour or two. Let's see what time it is here now. 2:08. Maybe hour and a half. And then we'll be out for our afternoon / evening hunt. I want to get out there early enough that I can whip up a little brush blind. I'm going to ground hunt tonight by a cornfield. So there's a row of cut corn between the bush line and the corn, and I think the wind is going to be pretty good for me to hunt the corner of that, but I'll check a little more carefully when I get out there. So when you pull the longer feathers, then you expose all the nice down there. So there's quite a bit of it, so I will save some of that. I only have a small cloth bag here. Maybe I'll fill it, and then just make some speed on plucking. So we have one goose plucked, and in the pan I have got squirrels all cleaned up and bagged up. I'm going to freeze it and take it home. And here is goose fat, goose gizzard, gizzard, liver, heart. Probably freeze that up too. And there's one other goose, mostly plucked, 6 more to go. But it's time to get set up for, is that a feather in my hair? Time to get set up for deer hunting / turkey hunting, raccoon trap checking. Oh, feathers everywhere. Feathers, feathers, feathers. Feather camouflage. Maybe a coyote will come out. Look like a goose, smell like a goose. Something's gonna happen. Rock and roll. More goose down. So I'm just getting ready to set up my ground blind, and I have chosen this location by this big tree. I'm gonna scuff out a spot here. I brought a goose to pluck while I'm waiting for deer. And here there's a strip of hayfield between here and the corn. And behind me is more corn. And beside me is a corner of corn. Plus there's a little runoff here with some drinking water. And I have a pretty good view of most of the woods here. So I'm just going to whip up a quick ground blind to obscure myself, and I feel like I have pretty good visibility all around to see deer coming into these corn patches. And I also think I found a good raccoon tree over here. Had a couple of big holes, and all the corn close to it is knocked down. So might have to try a coon hunt there tomorrow with the collar. See if we can pull some out of that tree. Alright, for 3 minutes of work. Just to clear out a bit of a space. So I got some cover behind me, but I can still see almost 360 degrees. And this way too. I might take a minute and just fill this piece in a little bit and fill in this piece beside me, just for a little bit more cover, but I'm about ready to get settled in. The wind is to my face right here, so it's good if deer are crossing through the bush in front of me or along this little drainage ditch. Shooting light left, and it's pretty windy though. I did a little walk around and I found where a bunch of the corn's been knocked down, but I only found one deer track in there, which made me think that it was probably raccoons. I saw some raccoon prints and a few coyote prints as well that were fresh, because it's been raining a lot, so I could tell they were fresh since the heavy rain anyway. So I don't know if there are a lot of deer using these cornfields, but I'm gonna sit tight and make the most of the last few minutes here and then walk out. I have one raccoon trap left to check, so I checked one that had been tripped, but there was nothing in it, and the other one was empty. I put out raccoon guts last night, nothing's been to them, and I guess that's all the updates I have for now. I'll show you the goose that I've been working on. All plucked clean. Kind of made the most of my time out here. I have my air gun, the Edgun Leshy. I have not seen a single squirrel. I think it's too windy. They're probably all hiding somewhere, but there are some really good squirrel trees in here. Big beeches and black cherry and maple. So I think it's just the weather, but it's supposed to stay cool and less windy for the rest of the week. So I think that we'll be in store for some good hunting weather. And Mark confirmed with us we are doing another goose hunt tomorrow morning, which will be day 4 of season 6 of the Wilderness Living Challenge. But next up in this video will be maybe a wrap up on this hunt, or maybe I'll just pack up and head back and warm up. And we're eating some rainbow trout for supper, so I think that's going to be really good. Fried in bear fat, pot of rice on the side, and I'll check in with you guys then. Well, I'm the first one back, so got the fire going, got a little bit more firewood, and I think I'll go and pluck a pigeon. There it is, plucked pigeon. We got the heart and the liver back there. Can I put it on this dish?
Yes, for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the fish on it in a second.
Okay. How was your hunt?
I shot at some things.
Yeah.
Kind of reluctantly.
Yeah.
I think if I miss something, it's kind of, I don't really want to hit it.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah.
Walk by stand.
Yeah, you got a couple of shots, eh?
A couple of shots, yeah. I was trying to do headshots because I'm like, if I'm going to shoot a turkey, I don't want to run into the swamp.
Yeah.
And if you body shot a turkey, sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to just get it done with. Anyway, I missed the headshot twice. And then I went for the body shot on the third time, and then I hit a branch because they were further out.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. I don't really want to shoot a turkey.
No.
I want to shoot a deer. Turkeys, whatever.
Yeah.
Turkeys don't get me excited at all.
No.
I don't know. Maybe they do for you because you don't have them around, but
Yeah.
I mean, every
I
time
thought
I
they
sit
shoot
in
one.
that sand, I see them go by there.
Wow.
Almost every time. Like not I would say every time, but
Yeah.
like 30% of the time.
That's
I'm
pretty
there,
good.
They walk by.
Yeah.
So,
And that's not even trying to call them in or anything.
no.
Yeah.
And that's how I told you we would get a turkey.
Yeah.
If we got a turkey.
Yeah.
They would just walk
Like
by.
a turkey bycatch.
Wow. That's what people don't really fall hunt turkeys.
No.
Like you gotta love turkey
Yeah.
a lot to hunt them in the fall because they don't respond to the calls in the same way.
No.
You can't just sit there and expect to do a yelping hen and then have a bunch of toms come in
No.
because they're not breeding. So
Yeah.
it's basically you get one, you put it in your pocket, and you're deer hunting, and one walks by and you shoot it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's my adventure. And
I read the stats on the fall turkey hunting in Ontario, and there are less than 400 birds reported harvested in the whole province in the fall.
because nobody wants.
Because
to hunt
nobody hunts them.
them. Nobody hunts them.
But there are strategies, tips and tricks, so we're going to give it a try. I might give it a try, specifically turkey on Sunday if I get a chance, and because there's no gun hunt here on Sunday, I don't know what's wrong with Southern Ontario, but
It's a day of rest.
You checked your trail cam?
Yeah, I checked trail camera and it's all nocturnal.
Oh.
Except for like I think one doe came by and it looked like maybe morning. I don't know, I don't set the clock on it.
Yeah.
If it's daytime, it's daytime to me. So it was one coming through and the rest was all nocturnal. It was a small buck and the rest was all at night. So that's kind of the story for this area. You just got to get your timing right and be lucky.
Yep.
And then you get one that's not nocturnal.
Well,
or moving around during the day.
lucky then.
A couple more days, it starts to heat up. It's like the last week of October, first week of November, things heat up around here
Yeah.
in the rut. It's kind of pre-rut now.
So we have a confirmed goose hunt tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Mark got back to us.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
So,
This is the better spot apparently.
well, he said we're going back to the same spot.
Oh, we are?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
So-
was still pretty good.
Still good, but
Yeah.
obviously there's going to be 200 birds that already know we were.
Well, we
we're
could set
there.
up in a different spot in that field and try
Hopefully
and fool them.
the 50 of them are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you think the apples need to be chopped? I was going to throw them in whole, but
I would chop them so the cores aren't in there. Just like slice the edges off. Yeah. So the plan here is
the chimney's getting hot, and I had to turn it off, and
Yeah.
the other thing got hot.
when I cleaned all the stove out, it started to burn a little hotter, eh?
Yeah, you know,
Which was at like 350 degrees.
you don't even need to stuff it full of wood anymore. It's
No.
hot.
But I think you stuffed it full anyway out of habit, eh?
Well, I did because normally that's what works for it,
Yeah.
but now you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, so the apples and the pigeon are going to get stuffed into the goose, and we're calling it a gudgeon.
A gudgeon.
Yeah,
Oops.
that'll be good. Oh, you're doing apples in the pigeon too. Genius.
Well, got to fill all the cavities.
Yeah.
Fill up all the holes. Otherwise, who knows what'll happen?
Be like an air pocket implosion.
Yeah, something unexpected.
You're going to rip that pigeon in half.
You sure about that?
I think it's pretty full there now.
There's always room for one more, isn't there?
And then the pigeon goes in. Look at that. You could fit 2 or 3 pigeons in there.
Probably could,
And then
actually.
the apples go in.
Might not have enough
Yeah.
apples. I think you were stingy on the apples.
We'll put it in the propane oven all night.
I'm trying to save them for Delphin.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to pick more before I go too.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.